Hi guys, welcome to Beautiful Made Team Call. Today is Thursday, September 28th, and we're going to be talking about how to boost your views by different Facebook, Snap stories, and Instagram stories. And then we're going to do a Q&A at the end. All right, so first I wanted to talk about, I'm sure you guys have all seen the little Facebook stories at the top of your Facebook there, and I know that it's not super active right now because I think a lot of people aren't connecting with that just yet, but I think that it's something that's a good kind of practice to get into, to just add little snippets throughout your day. And these, what I do, because there's Instagram stories, there's the Facebook direct, I don't know what they call it, the direct stories, and then there's also Snapchat. Now, you don't need to be going crazy and posting on all these different platforms and then making your regular post, 3 times a day, and then, all the other things that you have to do. So as I'm explaining these, I would recommend you picking just one or maybe 2 of these things and then running with that so you just don't get yourself like super overwhelmed. And then I'll also show you can, whatever you do in one, you can also find ways to move that same information over to the other platforms as well. But as I'm explaining these, don't get so overwhelmed and you're like, oh my gosh, there's already so much I have to do every day and check in every day and post every day. So don't think that, this is just something, that you have to do and that you're going to have to add to your daily checklist. It'd be crazy overwhelming. So what I like to do is just when I first wake up in the morning, people like to connect with you personally. So obviously they're seeing your posts, but your posts are a lot of our posts are more scripted and thought out and, put together, but, a little insight to your life is really interesting to other people to know that you're just a real person and you do, just real people things and you're not just a coach. So I think that that's why it's really important to do these little snaps because they don't have to be professional. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be thought out and, your background done, your filter on or whatever. These can just be like fun little snippets into your daily life. So what I like to do is first thing in the morning, I just do like either a screenshot or whatever it is that I have my little quiet time in the morning. So I do a little screenshot of that or take a quick, picture of me doing my quiet time. And then I just every hour or so, I, take a quick picture of what it is that I'm doing. Or a quick picture of, or the picture that I take of my breakfast that I'm going to post in my challenge group, I post it onto, a little story. And then obviously I throw in like lots of stuff about my kids or like getting my kids ready, sending my kids off to school, my dog. So it doesn't have to be, at all scripted or perfect. It's really just like an inside view of your fun little life. So all throughout the day, you can add these little things too. So like I said, I would just pick 1 or 2 platforms that you like to use and then to do that. So if you are going with Instagram stories, which is the #1 way for you to really get yourself out there, because Instagram stories is like booming right now. They said it's the #1 way to increase your views and your followers is by Instagram stories. So all the top coaches have now said, or a bunch of the top coaches have now said that that's what they're doing right now and that's where their focus is Instagram and especially the Instagram stories. So Instagram stories, it can be super easy to learn. It's going to be hard for me to show you guys just because you won't be able to see my screen very well on my phone, but I found a really cool website that actually talks like step by step through like everything that Instagram stories does, and I will post that in our team page underneath this the recording. And it's really cool because they have, they list it all out of everything that you can do, and then they give you little quick snippet videos of them doing what it is to their Snapchat stories. So it was really cool, and I actually learned something in it today when I watched it. So it's always changing, and they're always adding new things to it. And you'll see if you log onto your Instagram, you will see. Let's see if I can show you guys what it looks like. Whenever they, let's see if you guys can see this. So here's your regular Instagram, and then up here is where the Instagram stories are. They are always coming up with something new on Instagram stories. So right next to your picture, right here is going to be a little bubble that says new, and they're always putting new things on their Instagram stories, like new, now you can add this to your Instagram story, or now you can put this filter on, or now you can, stream a quick video on it. So always look for that little new button and click on it. It'll give you a teeny little snippet of what they added to Instagram stories that day. I'd say there's probably a new one every couple of days, a new thing that they add to it. So that's kind of cool. So when you're adding your Instagram stories, you just hold on your picture there, and then it will say add to story, and then you can do whatever it is you want with that story. You can make a video, and you can do a 15-second video. You can do you know, just a picture or whatever. You can add from your photo album right to your Instagram story, so you don't need to actually make it live in there. You could just add it right over. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the way Snapchat does it. If you put a video or a picture from your Snapchat, or from your, sorry, your photo album in your Snapchat, it makes like a weird frame around it, and it makes it ugly, I think. But with Instagram stories, it's a really clean, easy picture move from your photo album to Instagram stories, so you don't have to do it all live. And that's also what I really like about it, is because I can move everything from all the different platforms. I can use the same picture. So I will put something on my Instagram story, and then I will click save, and that automatically saves it to my photo album in my phone. And from there, then I can add it to my Snapchat and or my Facebook stories. So I really do like that feature, that it doesn't change the picture at all, and it doesn't show that this was from, you know, your Instagram story, like how Snapchat will show that it's from your photo album. So I like to do my pictures first in Instagram stories, save it to my phone, and then move it to the other platforms, whatever it is that I'm adding it to. So that's a cool feature. Okay, something else that Rachel actually taught me just last week or 2 weeks ago was that when you are in it, some of you guys know that when you're doing your Instagram story, you can do like 15-second clips or videos, and you can scroll from when you're doing your video. Oops. See if I can show you guys this. Where's my Instagram's like all stuck right now. So at the bottom of your story, you can scroll over, and if you go all the way to the end, there's a hands-free button. And if you click it, it's just going to automatically start recording in 15-second intervals. However, if you hold it down for 3 seconds, it'll give you 3 seconds to set up with whatever it is you need to set up. So I like to do quick videos there. So when I'm doing my workouts, I like to give people little snippet videos of my workouts. And I don't make this like a whole workout video, but I like to just do little snippets throughout my workout, and then I add little text. Like I'm doing, 15 seconds of burpees or whatever. I add a quick little text to it, and then I add to my story, and then I do my next workout. So when I hold that button down, it'll give me 3 seconds to like run over into my position, whatever it is that I'm doing. So it's not like you are, holding it down and then it shows that you are running to your spot. So if you do that and hold it down, it'll give you 3 seconds to get to wherever you need to get to, and you're already in your workout or whatever. So I really like that feature because I can show people, the actual workout that I'm doing. Since it's only 15 seconds, I want to use that, as much as I can. What else? Any other questions about Instagram stories or videos? No? Okay. What about?
Can you save the videos too? Same way?
Yeah.
Like with the pictures to like reuse?
Yep. So at the bottom of it, you just click the little thing, save, save video, and it'll do the same thing, save to your camera roll. So that's nice. And then another feature you can do is you can actually save your whole story. If you click save, it'll give you an option, save video or picture, or save story. And it'll save all of your stories all in one like streamlined video from the last 24 hours. So you could have a whole 24-hour snippet of, everything that you did, which I think that's kind of cool too. And then what I've done too with that is I've taken like all my snippet videos like from that, and I've collected the whole thing, and then I've moved it over, it saves in my photo album, and then I move it into iMovie, and I cut out anything else that I don't want, and things of random pictures or whatever that I had in there. And then I just have like a video, and it's got my little my verbiage on each one of my videos. So I like to post my workout Wednesday video, and sometimes I'll use my Insta stories to make that. It's just one step that I kind of cut out in the middle by using my Insta stories. Anything else? No? Okay, raise your hand if you're doing Insta stories right now, regularly. 3? Yeah. All right, start. it's super easy, and it will really boost your views. So I've steadily been adding more followers. I mean, they've been adding me, following me, and I attribute that to my Instagram stories because I haven't been very good about adding people to my network on Instagram, and I've steadily been watching my follow list go up. So, and that's in direct correlation with me adding Instagram stories. So I'm guessing that's probably where it's from. So I do encourage you guys to get on there and start, start putting yourself out there just a little bit and show a little bit of snippet of what it is that you're all about and a little backstory to your life. Anything else? Yes, Heather.
I feel like I'm in school. I'm like, wait, me. I was muted. Okay, so I was just typing it out actually. Now, so how do you get people to follow you on Instagram that's not selling something?
Okay.
I have like 115 followers, and at least 50 or 60 of them are probably selling something.
Yeah. Yep, that's a problem. It happens a lot. So what I do,
it's just like it's flooded and it's annoying. Okay. And I don't want to unfollow them because then I'll lose them as a follower.
Not necessarily. I go through and unfollow all kinds of people, and they're none the wiser. They don't know that I stopped following them.
Okay.
I go through and unfollow people like crazy. Anytime anybody, like, I know this sounds mean, but anytime anybody is doing another business, I unfollow them because you don't want your people that you are following, the number larger than the people that are following you. Because right when somebody comes to your Instagram account and they see like, oh, she's got 200 followers, but she's following 5,000 people, like that's immediately like, I don't know if I want to follow that person. You want to make your follow list lower than the people that are following you. So constantly, so what I do is I go and like follow people, and as soon as they follow me back, I unfollow. So like follow, unfollow. And sometimes, I go like a month even where I'm not unfollowing people, but then I'll go back, and it's not that I like write all those people's names down, and perhaps I should, but I don't. But I just go through all of my Instagram list, and I see, I click really quickly on their profile, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not interested. Yeah, no, I'm not interested. Like, I'm looking for somebody who I want in my challenge group or who I want on my team. Like, I'm very laser focused on who I want my Instagram to be about, because I want my numbers of the people that are following me higher than the other number. So I'm laser focused on who I want following, or to be following. I want to make sure that I have people that are, that I can plug into my group so that I can eventually want to be on a team with. So I don't feel bad unfollowing anymore. I used to feel guilty, like every time, like, oh, I'm sorry. But
okay, one more question. Now, this isn't about Instagram, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our group that we're doing, the free group, okay, so I have 2 people that's on Weight Watchers, okay, but they're not exercising, but they want to get into working out. Is there a way for them to be able to incorporate Shakeology with their Weight Watchers, do you know?
I've never had a client that's currently on Weight Watchers and drinking Shakeology, but if that's what they're enjoying doing, I would encourage them to keep doing that. I would just share with them that to be doing the 21-day fix and be doing your program, it's not necessary for them to be counting calories. I would just offer an easier solution. Like, you don't have to do that and have progress and get results doing the 21-day fix. If they still want to go to meetings, or if they still want to do Weight Watchers, I wouldn't tell them they can't, but I would.
So would it be worth them buying like the year membership without the Shakeology and still do the Weight Watchers?
But they're drinking Shakeology right now?
Would it still like work for the workouts?
Are they currently drinking Shakeology?
No.
Oh, they're not drinking Shakeology.
Yeah, they're only doing Weight Watchers, but I was gonna promote like the year membership at least for them.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to ask them about Shakeology if it didn't follow what they was already doing,
Okay, well, yes, you can have them just do the workouts, and that's fine, but I would absolutely talk about Shakeology. And I would really push, that our program is designed, for their health as a whole. So they don't need to continue with counting calories. They don't need to do Weight Watchers. If that's something they really love to do, then that's, obviously fine. I remember when I first joined with April, and of course I knew nothing about any of the program or April or anything. And I remember I was doing it, and I sent her like a screenshot of my fitness pal that I did, and I'm like, oh, look, I did good this day. And she's like, girl, you don't need to do that. And I was like, well, this is how I track my stuff. That's how I track what I eat. And she's like, you're making this way more complicated than you need to. Like, it's so simple. Containers, Shakeology, workout. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, because I've been just doing my fitness pal for so long. I figured I just need to keep doing that.
I used to use that too.
Yeah.
I used to eat a chicken breast and corn. That's what my meal was.
So yeah, I would just share with them that, you know, you have a solution that can make their life a lot easier if they can, you know, if they do this program as a whole. It can be so much simpler than, you know, counting calories and then you know, I would also talk to them about whole foods and, you know, the importance of eating whole foods, because so much of Weight Watchers, and I don't talk down about, you know, any other program, but so much of Weight Watchers is about, or I guess I should say, is not about like whole real foods. You know, a lot of it is about low fat and low cal and counting this and that and processed foods. And I think that can sometimes stunt people's progress. So I would just talk to her, you know, about eating, you know, real food and whole food and how easy it is to use the containers. And but yeah, it's totally, you know, everybody runs their challenge groups differently. I know I used to be kind of strict with my challenge group and say you had to have a challenge pack to be in my challenge group, and if you didn't, then you could be in a different group, but it wouldn't be my like real like full challenge group unless you were drinking Shakeology every day and you were doing, you know, one of the programs. But I am a little bit more lenient in my challenge group as long as they are doing, you know, something, as long as they're doing, you know, some of our Beachbody workouts, or if they, you know, are super against Shakeology, then, you know, they can still be in my challenge group as long as they're still working towards their goals and, you know, adding value to our challenge group, just like, you know, I want everybody else to. So if you are okay with, you know, having people with Weight Watchers in your groups, that's, you know, totally more power to you.
Okay. That's it for me.
Heather, I can actually add something to that.
Yeah.
I used to be both Heathers. I used to do Weight Watchers, and it's funny because I have like such a different view on that now that I know actually how to eat correctly and like the power of actual nutrients instead of, like you said, it's Weight Watchers is more about counting those low cal. They do it by the point system. So you plug these numbers in and it gives you a point for how much each food is. And I knew a girl who would eat 3 pieces of pizza and then a bowl of salsa, and that was like her day because it fit in her point system. So I definitely recommend sharing them with them about the whole foods. And Shakeology, like I said, that the way that they do their point system is they add all that stuff in. So they could technically, if they're completely set on being a Weight Watchers person, they could plug in those numbers of the Shakeology and add it to their point system. But at least then they would be getting the healthiest meal of the day in that one drink. You know what I mean? So definitely promote Shakeology in that, because they can add that in as much as they want. I have a really hard time supporting Weight Watchers now because I have that both sides, and I think that some people do it great, and I think other people kind of abuse the power of being able to eat, you know, that junk food instead of like actually giving their body what it needs. So that's kind of my 2 cents there.
Yeah, I think both women that I invited, they're both like brand new to Weight Watchers. I think like less than a month. So I'm like, it's probably their free trial still with them, you know?
Right.
Probably still transfer over. But the one lady I've been talking to for a while now, like a couple months. So.
Yeah, I would just make sure you tell them both of those things, you know, like the whole food issue, and then just let them know it's much easier with our plan. Like you don't count like that kind of stuff, but definitely promote Shakeology.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Michael. Anybody have anything else? We're just going to open up to Q&A now. So anything you have a question about or anything, anything that you're struggling with or you need advice or a push or anything?
My biggest thing is always finding the right hashtags to kind of put on some of my posts, especially with Instagram, because I know that's like a larger market right now than Facebook. How do you find the best hashtags for your posts?
Okay, so I use the same hashtags for everything. I actually save like my whole 20 hashtags because they allow you 20 hashtags on each post. So I save all these hashtags in my notes section, and then every time I make a post, I just copy it over, so I don't have to keep typing out all my hashtags. So when I made my hashtag list, I wrote a list of things that that I was and that I would like in a fellow coach or client. So I can read to you. I mean, some of them are kind of silly, but that's just, it's just kind of me. So it's like a hashtag of me's and people that I want to be around me. So Perfectly Imperfect, obviously that's my team name. Fit Mom, Messy Hair, Don't Care. Mom Life, Laid Back is my love language. Blessed Mama, Fitness Inspiration, Clean Eating, You Are Worth It, Proverbs 31 Wife, Stay-at-home mom life, work from home mom life, and then bulldog stuff. I have bulldog, I love bulldogs. I have some bulldog hashtags in there. Lover of life, women inspiring women, faith and fitness, a work in progress, Chipotle is my spirit animal, mompreneur, and your time is now. So just things that speak to me personally and that I am and that I like about other people. So I would just have you maybe write out a list of things that, you are and that mean something to you and that, speak to you. And if you were you looking at somebody else's, what would kind of intrigue you to want to, look at that person's Instagram?
Okay.
So that's kind of
with your hashtags, did you create those or did you search those types of things to find a more popular hashtag but still within the same wording?
Okay, so when I first started, I searched popular hashtags, and I had all of my 20 were all like the popular hashtags, like weight loss journey, Fitspo, fitness inspiration, all that. But I found that in doing that, I actually brought in way more people that were already coaches, and other people that were running businesses. So I changed it so that it wouldn't be so much a branding that everybody else uses, because then I'm just bringing in all kinds of people that are doing the same thing that I am. So
okay. Did you check how many were already out there? Like before you made your 20, like you would put it in and see how many? No,
but I do know just from going back now that I know that I'm the only one that uses Laid Back as my love language, and there's not very many that use Chipotle as my spirit animal. So those are like my two that are like nice. But so I can actually like go and search those and only my pictures come up, which I think is kind of cool because that way, I can go up and see all my pictures all at once. So, but yeah, I would definitely encourage you to find a few that are like just yours and, that just really speak to you or about you. And it just kind of makes it fun for people as they're looking through your hashtags. That's not necessarily going to bring people in because they type that hashtag, but it's going to spark, Andrew's like, oh, that's kind of funny. I do get people that comment on my Chipotle one, like, oh my gosh, that's the best hashtag. It's so funny. So,
all right, thanks.
But I would do a handful of ones that were, sort of fit related. Like I said, I have fitness inspiration and I have Fitspo, just so people that are, searching that kind of stuff, your name can come up. And I don't know, you guys all probably have heard me say that's how I ended up finding April ever in the first place, is because I went on Instagram and I did a hashtag motivation, and she popped up amongst, I'm sure, plenty of other people, but she just happened to have a recent post and that was right there on, under motivation, and I clicked on her and I started following her. So those definitely can work, even if they're, the popular ones. I just wouldn't fill all of your ones with popular hashtags. Okay, and then you can add a comment. So if you've already used your 20, then you can add your own comment and comment yourself, and you can add more hashtags. So sometimes I'll in my regular Instagram post, I'll put a few hashtags that actually are specific to that post or to what it is that I want to portray, like join me now or what are you waiting for or something like that, and I'll add it in my original text. And then I'll add all of my hashtags as a comment on the bottom, because that way I can use all 20 and the few that I used in my post. Does that make sense?
I thought it was 25 that you can use because I use 25.
Is it 25? Oh, okay, maybe it's 25. I should add some hashtags then.
Yeah, I'm always sitting there counting, like, how many is this? But yeah, I believe it's 25.
Maybe that's why they let you have some. Well, they may have changed it. I need to get back into Instagram. Like if you had hashtags in your post and you tried to paste 25 in the comments, it wouldn't let you because you had too many hashtags. So like when I was really serious with my Instagram, I had like 5 different sets of hashtags and I would work through them. But you would actually have to like delete and then paste the new set of comments on hashtags because it'll only let you have so many.
Okay.
But they may have changed that. But maybe that's why you're able to put some in your post and some in your comments because you're only using 20.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Anything else? Any Instagram questions? Definitely be posted on Instagram just as much as you're posting on Facebook. Anything else? Who has questions? Okay, so no questions. That means I'm going to have to get...
I must say that you really confused me with your name being April McDonald right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
not
whenever I first logged on, I'm like, wait, hold on. That's not April.
Yeah, just because I logged in under her. Okay, so let's talk about goals and pushing ourselves then. If nobody has any questions. All right, who's at SC this month?
I have to put these girls to bed. I am at SC6. I have a coach signing up tomorrow and Saturday, and I still have lots of follow-ups, but I gotta go. Good call, Heather. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Hey.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to raise your hand again. Who's got SC? 1. All right, we have a couple more days left. So that means you guys are going to do what?
I have 2 links out, one with a new well, both are going to be new coaches. They're supposed to be signing up tomorrow. So I will be at SC6 as of Saturday morning. If everything goes through, but they said they're signing up. So we'll see.
Okay. Awesome. All right, what is everybody else doing? What's your plan? Tiffany, what's your plan?
Send more invites.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
I've been getting ignored a lot, so I'll send stuff and it's like nothing.
Yep.
So.
Read go for no.
Yeah.
Many no's as you can, because that means you're going to get a yes. Lots of
Rachel told me just to focus on inviting to the free group since it is so close to the end of the month. So she said try to invite as many to the free group. But people don't even want to be in the free group. Like they're scared of health and they're scared of chicken and healthy food.
Yeah, that's why you got to just be building that network to other people that are not already in your friends list, you know, like strangers, add them all to your group. I'm so glad I added that stranger, you know, whenever I did.
We went to school with him. I recognize his name.
I didn't realize that until
Asshole is what I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, then I went to his page and I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, oh, I didn't even remember him in high school. I remember him in
Mike Holder, yeah.
Like, wow.
I don't know how you were able to friend him because I went and looked at his Facebook profile and you can't even add him or follow him.